Everybody, welcome to episode 24 of the Shift Points podcast. I'm Jake Freeman.
I'm Logan Chandler.
Wynn Hasselhoff.
I'm Jackson.
God, we had three.
Jackson, no last
name. Where Wynn wasn't the right last name, but it was at least a last name. You should have just made up a name too. Why didn't you do that? All right, fair enough. Okay, Jackson. We're back. It was a good weekend for us. We got to go to the Southeast Gassers event, guys. That was a lot of fun. Wynn was supposed to go, but he didn't.
No.
I know. I'm just kidding. He had I'm just kidding. Wynn had a legitimate reason not to be able to go. I was just giving him a hard time.
I do wish I was there, though.
No, I'm just giving him a hard time, for
even
sure.
though it sounds like it was hot, but
it was really, really hot there. But it was a lot of fun, though. And those cars are just crazy. They're radical. I mean, like the A-Gas guys, they're nuts. I think in the finals, they turned the scoreboards on for the first time. They run like the guy who won the finals run like a 5:30 or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they are quick.
They're brutally fast.
They're fast.
And they're, 4 speeds. They don't have to clutch them, but you gotta pull the stick. You gotta drive them at 5:30. It was pretty crazy. Yeah. We were there a good chunk of the day Saturday. We ended up heading out a little bit before it started raining, which was just pure luck, to be honest with you. But it started raining. They ended up having to have a little downtime, drive the track, and then about like 10-15 minutes before they were about to start racing it downpoured on them. They ended up having to run it on Sunday, and we weren't able to go back on Sunday. But got a really cool video coming. I pretty much have it done. I was looking over it. I want to watch it again, make sure everything sounds good. We got to interview a handful of drivers, which was really cool. Everyone there is just super nice. I mean, we pretty much, it was just the two of us. I mean, we look like we do. And we just walk out of the pits like, hey, you want to talk to us about your car? And everybody was like, of course, that'd be great. So, I mean, that was really cool. Like I said, and we had multiple people tell us that they either had heard about us through the podcast that we do with Randy as well, or that they just followed us on YouTube and they watched our videos and stuff. So that was cool. Really cool for me to hear some of that. So good weekend. What was your favorite part of it, Jackson? Other than the 10 bottles of water we drank a piece.
That was a minimum. That was what we estimated.
Yeah, poor Randy and Tara. We had to drink a lot of their waters because we didn't bring enough.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, haven't you?
I just thought all around it was a good time. I like drag racing, always have, and everybody was so nice.
Yeah,
we'd just walking, and somebody would reach out and like grab us by the arm,
like, hey, you guys are from Shift Points, the podcast, or your YouTube, or whatever. And I was like,
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
We talked to I don't know how many people. Everybody was so nice.
Like from the drop of the hat, from the time that we got there. I mean, Randy talks about it on the podcast all the time that it's just one big family. And he's right. I mean, everyone knows everybody. It's a small enough group where everybody knows everybody. All the racers know the kids and the families and the wives and the moms and the dads and like all these racing families there's just a ton of them. And
all the track employees too that were not affiliated. They were all super nice, and it was a good time.
How many cars?
I think I heard Randy say they had about 80.
Really?
Over all the classes. So that's A-Gas, B-Gas, C-Gas, AFX, and H-Gas. So they've got 5 classes.
And
I don't think I missed. Super stock. Yeah. I want to say street stock because of circle track racing, but super stock. So 6 classes.
I was thinking half that.
Yeah, no, they had about 80. I think there's some events. I think the rain probably held them off a little bit. I think there might have been some people worried about the rain.
Yeah.
I know there's some cars that are getting built in some of the other classes that just aren't hardly done yet. They've got 2 races left this year. They're going to Mississippi, and I think the last race is at Shadyside. So we had, and the other cool thing is I had a couple reach out to me afterwards, like, "Hey, we're really sorry we missed you. I know you were here, and I've seen your videos and stuff. I hate that we missed you. Hopefully if you guys are able to come back at Shadyside or something, love to talk to you." So that was pretty cool about it. So like I said, I'm pretty happy with this video. I think it turned out really well. It's like over 40 minutes long of all the footage between the interviews and the footage that we took racing of the actual racing and stuff. And cool. But it's a good mix of everything. You get stuff going through the pits, and you get the racing, and then the interviews, and everybody most of the people that I interviewed, I was able to get some shots of them making passes too. So after it's like their interview, and then it's like a group of their passes from the day. So that's pretty cool. I think it's going to be a fun video. I think it'll do good, and hopefully it'll get shared out a bunch, and that'd be pretty cool to kind of see that go.
We only missed one interview That was with the
AFX class.
AFX class.
Yeah.
And we had told one guy, I forgot your name, I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah.
We had told him that morning, like we talked to him, we're like, we'll come see you later. We want you to be the guy that we talked to. And we never could get him.
He
at
does the
car.
tech also.
Yeah.
So like once the
busy
day
as could be.
started,
Yeah.
he was
he
crazy
was-
busy.
Yeah.
We should have got it right
Yeah.
away. And
We
just
should have.
didn't.
Well, we were, we're a little uncomfortable. Like we didn't know everybody. We were kind of the outside looking in people, So like,
Turns out everybody knew us though.
at least
That's
a handful
great.
of
That's
them
good,
did.
though,
Yeah.
Super cool.
So like, when I'm approaching like the first couple, I'm kind of like sheepish. You don't know you don't know what they're gonna say. They might just be like, "Get out of here," which I didn't expect that, but
Yeah.
you never know. And plus, these guys are racing. Like this isn't just. I mean, it's a hobby, but it's a a job to them to some capacity, and you don't want to. I don't want to go interrupt you while you're hanging gutters. You know what I mean? Like you know what I
you
mean?
would.
I'll do it. I don't really care.
But you know what I'm saying though. So, but like I said, it turned out really great and really enjoyed it. And Randy will be here tomorrow or Wednesday at some point, and he'll come in to talk about the race and everything too. So that'll be good. So we'll go into all the details there between the video and his coverage. We should have it. So
What
you got?
would you have to say? Personal picks between you two is your like favorite car you saw run.
Favorite okay,
Yeah.
I have a couple.
Okay.
So I have two
Ball man.
that come to mind instantly. So you guys know my family's affinity for 55 Chevys. There's an A-gas car called Chick Magnet, driven by Leslie Horn, I think. I'm pretty sure Leslie's the one that drives that car. That car is radical. I mean, it's awesome.
It's pretty wicked.
It is.
Yeah.
It's got a Fulton engine in it. It's, I mean, you just see these guys, they take off, they're pulling the wheels up, they're going knee high at least, wheelies from the start. They're jerking 4 gears all the way down through there. And like I said, he won like and run like a 5:30 in the finals. It's wicked. You know what I mean? Like they're crazy fast. And so that car is just like the one that I just gravitate toward, just have this affinity for. And then I think the one that Jackson would probably mention also, and he's going to have to pick another one as well because I'm going to mention him, is Adam Lohorn. Adam Lohorn runs it's a Falcon. It's a cherry red Falcon. That's the other thing cool about all these cars. They've got these awesome paint schemes, got like the metal flake in them and guys that put the lace on the top and stuff. And it looks cool, but he's got this Falcon and he told me, quote, in the interview, it was, if I'm not going to win, I'm going to look good losing. And he does. He puts it on. He does his burnout, and then he'll do a dry hop, and then he takes off and he puts it on the bumper and just drags it, So it's cool. Yeah. And the other cool thing about those guys, I don't know, they probably don't watch, but watch this one, I would imagine. But the other cool thing about them, Grumpy Jenkins, right? The famous drag racer, Grumpy Jenkins. He's famous, if you've seen the video online of the guy with the open face helmet and the glasses smoking the big cigar, just like ripping gears.
Yep.
That's Grumpy Jenkins. And kind of like to me, he's kind of like the godfather of this class, of this style of racing, I would say. That pro stock class kind of, I don't know. That's just kind of who I think of when I think about 4-speeds and stuff. They have a Grumpy tribute car, Camaro, 68 or 69 Camaro, that they're taking on drag week next week. And I'm like, these guys are my heroes. Like, they're running gassers, they're doing that, and then like 2 weeks later, they're loading up and they're coming down here to Darlington to kick off drag week. And that's going to be super cool to see. So I'm hoping to follow them pretty closely with that. It'll be the first time I have like someone to closely follow in drag week other than like looking at your unlimited class, because those guys are the fastest to see, but like to have someone that you could actually follow throughout drag week, I'm pretty excited about that. So so they're probably my favorites, those two. Jackson, sorry for stealing yours, I know. But I really wanted to talk about that Grumpy car because it's super cool.
Yeah, it was an H-gas car. It was that Dodge E100, which I just thought was super cool because you don't see him anywhere. And
I didn't see him make a pass though, did you?
no, I didn't, and it disappointed me. But
it's sad. I don't know if something was going on or what happened there. Yeah, it's cool, but
It's big, long,
It's
flat
just-
nose.
and we talk about it in the video itself, but just the diversity of cars that you see there is wild. I mean, you go down pit road. Okay, here's a Ford Falcon. Okay, over there's a Bug. The BLZ
right.
Bug,
Yeah.
a Bug. There's one guy that had like a Bug that had Herbie Who on the back of it. I was like, this is cool. Quayne and his guys, they run Anglias, these little short wheelbase cars, and his nephew Donovan was driving, and I'm telling you, Donovan seems like a super nice guy, but I think he might be missing a wire up there in his head because like the way he drives that Anglia, it's like he's wrestling it the whole way down the track. I mean, you just hear it's like wow, 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 and he's just
And every
driving
time-
the
every
heck
time he
out of
lifts,
it, man.
he's
And yeah, the
skating.
car's just skating all over the place, and it was a lot of fun. I would love to see that get bigger. Because it has the potential to be. You know, there was a lot of discussion about that this weekend of the kind of the potential of Southeast Gassers and how it could. There's people there that believe that could be bigger than Street Outlaws. You know, so and I believe so too. I think if you could get that style of racing in front of the right group of people would eat it up. You know what I mean? If you had some guys like the Adam that's really just going out there to just put on a show, you know, you could really light up the internet with these guys. So I'm hoping that to see that eventually. That'd be cool. So anyway, so that's enough about the Gassers because Randy's coming later this week and we'll go into dig into the details of the event. I know he's going to have plenty to talk about. So tune in later this week to hear about that. Anything else from you guys? Did you guys do anything fun?
Dude, I was in Raleigh
Yeah.
with some really bad weather.
Oh, really?
And a lot of people
Oh yeah.
did not really enjoy that, but it was good. It was good to go down
1
there.
out of 5 would not recommend.
It was good to go down there and see little sister. Make
That's
sure
good.
She's doing
Yeah,
good
yeah.
at state. But,
That state, nice.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, no,
Same old,
didn't
same old.
really do a whole lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Win you? Anything? Just kind of same old, same old.
Yeah, nothing worth noting really.
Gotcha. All right.
We should send Taya a Shift Points bumper sticker so that everyone on the campus sees and
I'm gonna do that. I know she's gonna watch this. I'm gonna do that when I come back down there for
he just
family
deadpan
weekend. I'm
lost
staring straight at it.
I'll
we'll put it in
mail
the
it.
mail.
This,
mail it
I'll
to
take
her.
it down there. The second that I get down there, the first thing I'm doing is handing you a bumper sticker. I'm handing you 40, and I better see those all
Man.
over the parking lot.
For those that's not watching the video, Logan is intensely staring at the camera and telling her this. So if you're just listening, know that he's serious.
A smile left my face when I started talking about that. Dead serious.
All right, guys, let's get into it a little bit. We've lost everyone already, so we might as well go ahead and
Gibbering too much.
too much gibbering here.
apologize to Australians if they're still.
They're not watching right now.
apologies.
Unless I name this like, oh, by the way, I'm an idiot. I said last week when you weren't here, but I said last week that Bathurst was this coming weekend, meaning yesterday. And I was like, we got to watch
Yes.
Bathurst. It's a month away. It's October, like the 6th,
Mr.
7th, and 8th. And
Mr.
I thought it
Calendar
was,
Man.
I thought it was September 8th and 9th, but it's like October.
Did the Australians get
No,
ya?
no, they didn't watch it because I didn't put anything about Shane Van Gisbergen or Brody Kostecki in the title, so I didn't get the Australian audience. But
That's funny.
it was.
So
it
we
was.
have a month.
We've still got a
Yeah.
month before we get to talk about it. So I thought about titling this "Bathurst was really awesome" and just seeing how many people click on it to find out what an idiot I am.
Watch you do
I
that.
might do it.
20 subs gone.
Oh, don't do
Yeah.
that. No, maybe not. So yeah, so I was a little over ambitious about when Bathurst was because I'm so excited to watch that race. I really, really am.
If any of the Australian or New Zealand people are watching and are thinking Jake's an idiot, please tell him. And then we'll all laugh
'Cause
about
I
it
am.
together.
I know I
We've
am.
done it enough ourselves. It would just be
Turns
great.
out
Y'all all did it.
that I just don't. I just have one or two too many things going on sometimes, and I don't know what day it is. So anyway, so that's that. That's coming here in a little while. I think there's actually one more race in between between this and Bathurst. So maybe we can watch that and get familiar with the drivers before Bathurst.
Completely skips over one.
Come on, give me some slack here. So anyway, NASCAR was at Kansas this weekend. Kansas earlier this year put on one crazy race. I remember we talked about the Kansas race because Wynn was busy and wasn't able to watch it, and I told him, I was like, big dummy, you missed out on one heck of a race.
I always thought Kansas was boring.
Yeah, well, it reared its head a little bit
Yeah.
yesterday. It wasn't the most boring race I've ever watched by any means, but like it was, it wasn't early this year Kansas.
Right.
But there were a couple kind of crazy things that came out of it. Logan, would you like to break out your notes here and make sure I don't miss anything?
No, I got you.
Logan's our producer now, and he makes sure that I don't miss anything like I tend to do
I don't know
sometimes.
if you want to give me that title or not, but like Truex crashing really quick into the race was a bit
did
surprising.
you see this?
Yeah, I saw the replay.
Truex cuts a tire, has a puncture 4 laps into this race, and hits it so hard he can't get it back out. The guy is in the cut zone right now. Every one of the 4 of us picked him to be in the final 4.
So he's
And there's a good chance that he doesn't get into the next round at all.
right.
That's got to be the first time that the regular season champion doesn't make it through the first round.
Yeah.
Like, I can never remember that happening.
Run pretty well this weekend, won't he?
He'll have to run really well.
He'll have to
and he'll have to be
pretty
and
good.
Joey's the one above him, and Joey's really good at Bristol, and Martin is not. I think they said a stat yesterday that Martin hasn't finished in the top 5 at Bristol since 2012, which would have been his would have been his Michael Waltrip racing days. So that would have been Tyler's setup. So that's why he did so good. He needs Tyler at Bristol is what it is.
Tyler and his.
Nope. Yep. So, but yeah, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, Martin's gonna really have to get after it though to stay in this playoff contingency.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Isn't that wild? I mean, how does he go by having wasn't it 39 points? I think him and Byron had plus playoff points. They were at 2,039, and he's sitting here looking at 2 points below the cut line. I think that's
something like that.
He just said, he was like, we just need a little luck. Maybe he does. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they could pull something out of their butt, I guess. I mean, maybe there's some sort of pit strategy, but I think Bristol's going to be, I think it's going to be a pretty, well, I mean, I think the race itself, as far as pit strategy is going to go, is going to be kind of straightforward. I don't think there's a whole lot of options to do something off the wall to get, so he better qualify good and run good because it's going to be pretty hard to pass there, I think. So
let's practice for the Cup race. Friday? Is it Friday?
Probably. Yeah, why?
I was just wondering.
Okay,
I'm
yeah, I
excited
would
for it. I want to keep up with everything since we're going to be there.
I'm guessing that there'll be some practice and qualifying on Friday, and then the Xfinity race will be on Saturday evening, and maybe. No, sorry, the Cup race is Saturday. Sorry, I'm off by a day. Sorry. The race is on Saturday. So yeah, the Xfinity race will be Friday night then. Yeah. So, but yeah, so that'll be good. But yeah, they're gonna have to really put it together there. I'm shocked. If you had told me. Well, I mean, clearly, like I said, we all put him. I literally said on this podcast, based off points alone, he's going to make it into the final 4. Turns out, what did I say earlier?
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
He finished dead last, didn't he?
Yeah. Like I said, he was first car out by a long shot. He might have been the only car that was like a fully out.
He was the only one at the very end of the race that they showed as out.
There was
so
minus everyone else
1,
finished
2,
the race.
4, and 5, and then.
So everyone else
Yeah.
finished the race, some laps down, but he was the only guy that went
Only
out.
man the DNF'd.
I mean,
4th lap. What in the world happened? How do you puncture the tire that early on? Unless they
investigating it, right?
I mean, surely they ran over something on pit road or something.
Had to have.
Yeah, crazy.
He had to have hit something on pit road, and then. What's up? Sorry.
I read
There you
something.
go. Here
but
you
I
know.
can't.
So anyway, so that was pretty crazy. So that was the first playoffs drama that happened there.
Yeah.
What else you got there, Logan?
I was going to look again and see if they actually had anything on why they think the tire blew,
I
but no. Just said he
I imagine they didn't
hit the
even
wall
say
going into
anything.
turn 3 and spun out.
Yeah, and he hit it hard, man. Like I mean, of course, you 4th lap in, you're sending it in. You're not even thinking about a puncture at that point. So yeah, so it's crazy, crazy.
He wasn't the only one that ended up blowing tires. We had Bubba Wallace blew one, Busher blew one.
Yeah,
Man,
Yeah, that's right.
I wonder. We had a lot of tire blowing last year. So I wonder if now that the playoffs have started, if these guys have started to get more aggressive on air pressures again. They're lowering
that's
those
a
air
good
pressures and things
thought.
like that.
Yeah.
Because it was all playoff guys, Bubba, Chris Buescher, Martin. So I'm betting, surely Martin had a puncture. Yeah, I think we can probably say that for sure. But these other guys, it looks like they might have just been getting greedy with the air pressures.
Yeah.
And that's what made Bristol last year so crazy was they had all these tires blowing a ton, and Brad was leading the race and blew a tire, so Saturday could be pretty wild for us.
Yeah.
If these guys if they don't kind of take some notes and get that figured out, it could go kind of crazy.
I'm
I don't want to get myself overexcited
me
and then
neither.
be disappointed, but there's a pretty good chance that Bristol's kind of crazy. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a cutoff race.
Oh, man, it's got to be crazy.
These guys that set the schedule in the playoffs, they nailed this schedule.
Yeah, this
the
was
past few
good.
years, having Daytona as the season finale, Bristol is a cutoff, Martinsville is a cutoff.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
That's
I
good
think
stuff,
I think Talladega might be a cutoff race also in the second round. I'm pretty certain. Could be wrong. Anyway, doesn't
I
matter.
don't know.
So yeah, but these rounds are good and they're diverse. You know what I mean? The different tracks are pretty cool. Are really good.
Yeah.
But I mean, Busher was having a good day. So we talk about Busher cutting a tire. RFK is here, man, and they're here to play. Like, I put both of them in my Final Four, and now that Martin's out, I think there's a pretty good chance that we see one of those cars in the Final Four.
Oh yeah.
If Busher keeps running the way he did, I mean, he won Bristol last year.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
a good chance that those cars are going to be bad fast on Saturday.
Yeah.
It would be super, super cool to see
Wouldn't it?
one or both of those cars at the finale. Let's talk about Joey Logano. Terrible day yesterday. I mean, like 15th to 20th, the whole day. That dude, Paul Wolf, is the most underappreciated crew chief sitting on a pit box out there. He throws up this crazy strategy. He finishes 5th?
Did he?
That is why those guys are always in Phoenix.
Yeah.
They can take a bad day and turn it into a really good day. Like, there's guys out there that would have killed someone to have a 5th place finish.
Yeah.
You know, especially them running 15th to 20th. And then somehow Paul pulls out this crazy strategy. Boom, 22's right up there. They have a really strong day. They might not have got a lot of points in the stage points, but solid day in points. That's how they move forward. And we talked about it. Like, that's in this first round, don't screw yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so these 22, they keep. Yeah, that it wouldn't surprise me. Like I said, again, now that Martin looks like there's a chance he might not be there,
Poor guy.
this is going to open up the Final Four to be a lot more interesting, I think. So, I mean, I hate it for Martin, and he signed a new contract and everything because they were running so good. And as soon as he
How long
signs
was
the
it?
contract, I think he just said next year.
Yeah.
So I would assume at this point, I'm sure Martin's at 1 year things. I don't think he's. I think he's playing it by ear. As long as he's having fun, he'll keep doing it. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, yesterday didn't look fun. But yeah, so that was crazy. So, Logan, what else?
General consensus right now after Kansas is people are a bit worried about how long Bush is going to stay in the playoffs now, because after Kansas, he's sitting at plus 13.
Busher, you said?
Yes.
Yes, I hear you, but what's that cutoff look like? Do you know what the points
Not
margin
off
is
the top
down
of my
there?
head. I can find out.
Because I promise you, someone's gonna have a terrible Bristol.
Oh yeah.
Someone in that bottom four, or even in that like setting in that 12th to
So
8th place.
Busher and Bell are both plus 13. Logano's plus 12, and then Harvick is plus 7 at the 12th spot.
Harvick's really great at
And
Bristol.
then it's Truex, Wallace, Stenhouse Jr., and McDowell.
I think McDowell, Stenhouse, they're gone.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way unless McDowell pulls. He's pretty good at Bristol too. So if they have a good car, he could go contend.
Yeah,
but I don't
Stenhouse is
see.
decent at Bristol too.
They both have been good at Bristol. You remember
just
Ricky?
don't
You remember
see
that
it.
year that Ricky almost won that, and the dang thing started raining, and he was going to line up next to Carl, his teammate, and there was 199% chance that he was going to wreck him for that win because it would have been his first win, I think.
Yeah.
Man,
Dang it.
freaking rain. Like I just remember
that
that
would've been a
that was when Tyler was on that car,
Ah, right.
and I wanted to see that so bad. I was like, it's going to be bad for Roush. It's going to be ugly, but man, it would have been awesome
It
for the
would have been a
fans.
highlight reel for sure.
And then here comes the rain.
Dang it.
Man, rain ruins everything.
But I
Except for,
don't
like,
see
crops
them
and food and
advancing
things.
though.
Who, the 47? What?
Crops
Right.
and food and wins business.
Yeah, that's true. You don't see the 47 advancing?
No.
No, I don't think so either.
I mean,
I think the 34, 47, they're kind of gone. Who was the other on the cut line there?
Harvick.
Harvick's right there. Harvick's really good at
Harvick's
Bristol.
close. Logano's close.
Harvick's
think-
gonna let it all out.
I think Harvick and Joey, they'll both. Yeah, let me look at that real
Yeah, go
quick.
for
Sorry.
it. No, you're good.
Yeah, Kevin plus 7. I think Kevin and Joey, I think they'll pull it out. I could see Bell doing something to screw
yeah, I
up.
could
He's wrecked a bunch this year. I mean, I hate to say that because I like the guy enough other than him
He's looked a
driving a
bit wild these
Toyota.
past couple.
Huh?
He's looked a bit wild these past couple.
Yeah,
You
that's
talk
what I'm
about him
saying. And he
being
got
pinball.
a lot of bad luck, last week at Darlington. He just got beat up everywhere. He just couldn't do anything. So I could see Christopher messing up and getting down here. Man, Bubba 19 points out. I mean, that's not like an unbearable margin, but that's going to be tough. I think the 34, 47, they're definitely gone. If the 23 somehow pulls out a good day, he might advance, but to jump over Martin and Kevin and Joey is going to be hard to do.
Bubba spin out and breaking that toe killed him in that
Yeah,
race too.
and they were having a good run. I do hate it for his guys and stuff. I mean, we've clearly not been the biggest Bubba Wallace fans on this podcast by any means, but I do hate it for their guys because they've worked their guts out to get to where they are. So what you doing over there, Jackson? What you doing?
I'm making a mental note myself.
A mental note on your phone.
Yeah.
That's just a note.
That's just how that's going to work.
That's just a
I
note.
also have to remember that I have that note.
Just tie some string real quick.
Anybody
Ryan. Thank you.
that knows me, my memories no good.
Lovely.
Anyway,
Oh.
so okay, but yeah, that cut line, I'm telling you, I'm not trying to get
think it's
excited,
gonna
but
be
Bristol's going to be
exciting.
kind of a wild
Telling
one.
you.
I'm really excited about it.
I hope so.
You guys have to watch so that
Oh,
you
yeah.
can tell
Oh,
us the things
absolutely.
we missed on television.
Oh, gotcha.
Because there's going to be things that happen on TV that we don't know about sitting
Yeah.
in the stands. So yeah, you guys are definitely going to have to keep us in the loop on that a little bit.
Problem is, both of our bedtimes are like 10
What time
o'clock.
does the race start?
It's the weekend,
It's
man.
a
No,
Saturday.
it's fine.
How old
Yeah.
are you?
Forgot it's Saturday.
What time does the race start?
7:30.
Dude,
Is it
nah,
that
that's the
late?
weekend. I
Yeah.
don't care.
I forgot it was Saturday.
Yeah.
So what time
Yeah,
do
It
we
was
race?
Saturday.
I have no idea. I haven't figured that out yet. Anyway, okay, what's next? What we got here?
Larson and Elliott's little spat
man.
coming out of pit.
What is wrong with Chase Elliott? I think I've asked that question like 10 times this year, but now it's gone from like, is there something mentally wrong with him, or is he just actually a prick? Because I think he might just be a prick.
It might be attitude coming through heavy.
I mean, he's not Papa Hendricks #1
No,
anymore.
maybe
Larson-
not even number 2. He
Probably.
You
No,
say
I don't know,
probably.
man. I don't know because I'm telling you that Byron kid is Jeff Gordon's little protege.
Yeah.
Larson is Papa Hendricks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the 48 and the 9, they're kind of the 48's there because he's got that big Ally sponsorship.
Yeah.
And that's a big. I mean, he signed what until like 2025 or 2026? Like his contract is way out there. You know what I mean? To get rid of him, they're going to have to buy out a really big contract because he signed it. I could not believe they signed him for that long. And that was before he broke his back and everything.
Yeah.
But, man, I just tell you, that 9 is looking ridiculous. And we said it earlier. So tell me what happened, Logan. Talk me through what went on there.
It was really weird. Like, all it looked like was happening was just trying to make space so everybody could get out of pit. They were just on top of each other. A slight bump happened.
Yep. That's exactly what I saw.
And then it was just, well, F you.
Yeah,
Bump
and he
back in.
door slammed him.
It was-
Yeah, so like
Didn't make any sense. Your teammates. Why
So
are
what we
you
saw
trying to
there,
do that?
what we saw was the 9 was on the outside, the 5 was in the middle, and then the 6 comes out of his pit aggressively because there's a car in front of him. So he pretty aggressively cuts to the right to get out there. And I mean, he was trying to play an advantage here. He was trying to get the 5 to hit the brakes so he could get in front of him. That's one more position he didn't have to make. Instead of coming out 9th, he would have come out 8th, right?
Yeah.
So in his mind, he's trying to make up that position. But the 5, all he does is kind of react to the 6, and he just bumps the 9 a little bit. I mean, it wasn't anything. Now, to be fair, these cars have shown to be fairly sensitive on the toe links.
Yeah.
So that bump could have bent his or the 9's, but it wasn't intentional. Because
And
like I said, he could have.
anything to freak out about. It was a tap.
What I don't understand is why the spotter wasn't right there on the radio going, "Hey man," I mean, I had to do this with Eugene sometimes when we've gotten spun out and stuff. Don't do this. The car's not that bad. Let's don't make it worse. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I know this guy that's getting paid a lot of money to stand on that roof and be in one of the top cars has the ability to say, "Don't do this. Hey, that wasn't his fault. He was just trying to get rid of the. He's just trying to clear the 6. Don't make this worse than it has to be."
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, if they have a meeting tomorrow morning, it's going to be a little awkward. Because the Chase even comes over and gets in his window after the race.
Yeah.
You didn't hear what they said or
I don't
anything.
know if he
but-
would have had enough time to tell him, like, hey, don't do this. That wasn't his fault.
But it
was
the spotters
just
are
tap,
watching pit
bump.
road though, man. Like, I mean, they're watching them all the way out because they're not just spotting on the racetrack. They're spotting pit road because usually how it works is the spotter will have them until like 10 pit stalls before their pit box. Then the crew chief takes over. Crew chief will coach them in. 10 away, crew chief takes over, 5 away, 3 away. To help them count them down into their pit box. And then sometimes the drivers leave off the jack or off the crew chief. Could be both. When they go, the crew chief says go. Because the crew chief is looking up and down pit road. This is how it typically goes. To me, I would want my spotter to do all of that. I would want him to count because he can see way more of pit road than the crew chief can. Because there's a lot of stuff going on each side of him.
Sure.
If he's coming down there, I would much rather my spotter be counting me into my box and then calling me clear out of my box. So like he's watching that whole deal. He should. I feel like there should have been something said there, especially because it was the 5.
Yeah.
If it had been somebody else that wasn't a team member or a teammate, maybe not say as much. But like, if it's the 5, hey, you guys are both having a good day. Don't screw this up. Don't be stupid here.
Yeah.
He's in the owners' championship still. The 9 is. The 5's racing for a driver's championship. Don't make it worse on both of us.
Yeah.
You know? So it's weird. I don't know. Like I said, his attitude lately has been unpleasant. I don't know. Don't understand why. Yeah. Anyway, so hopefully he gets it together though. Logan, anything else?
The very last thing that I want to talk about is Reddick's final push at the end to come out with a win. That was gorgeous to me. I don't know if
it was
anybody else
good.
thought it was.
No, it was really good. The who was it? The 22 and the 43 were racing each other really hard.
43 was
Also,
up
the
there.
43.
Yeah.
Where
Last
did
couple
they
of
come from?
Yeah.
Let's talk about them because I'll tell you, those guys have been really good. And like Eric got out, finishes 3rd.
Yeah.
And you can tell like somebody peed in his Cheerios. He wasn't having a good day still.
Really?
Yeah, he was just like, man, like it just sucks to be that close and not get it. You know, I mean, it does for sure.
2 weekends in a row.
It makes me wonder if he's not like in some sort of contract deal where they're kind of negotiating and trying to figure out some stuff because he acted like almost like he had to win to stay in it. So I think he's a really good race car driver.
Yeah.
I hope he stays in some sort of good equipment, you know. Hopefully, I guess if looking into that team, I hope that they're better next year. I hope Toyota gives them some money or something because
Wouldn't doubt it.
they screwed up by announcing that deal so early in the season. Because Chevrolet, as soon as they said we're going Toyota next year, Chevrolet was like, okay, we're going to give you the absolute bare minimum
that's right.
support, money, everything that we're going to give you for the rest of the season, you know. But yeah, good on them for having a solid run. So that's good. But no, the 45 did make a really good pass. I told you guys 2311 car was going to win Kansas.
You did.
And I
You
picked
said it.
Reddick. I was there early. Bubba was coming on. I thought I'd picked the wrong 2311 car, but the 45 they just dominated that racetrack for some reason. I don't know what 2311's figured out there, but yeah, they've got something going on at Kansas. So anyway, all right.
I mean, you were very happy at the very end of the race.
I finally
Arms went in the
because
air.
I finally won picks. It took me forever. Let's talk about picks. I finally won.
You did it.
Finally,
Like you
it
won,
feels like
actually.
forever. Like
won
I
the
picked
race.
the winner. I know Jackson has picked a couple of winners so far, but I think this might have been the first winner that I've picked, like actual winner that I've picked. So I'm pretty happy with it. I do kind of hate that it was a Toyota and Reddick, but you know,
Yeah.
win's a win. A win's a win. We want to talk about the rest of the finishing order here real quick.
I'm just happy that I was not last.
You weren't dead last. That's
Dead
true.
last.
So I had Reddick in P1. Toby pulled Bush at 7th. He doesn't count because he's not here. Sorry, Toby. Jackson Keselowski with 9th, who was running 3rd before that pit cycle. So he was. You were looking good there for a minute too. We all raced really close together all day, except for Byron spun, and after that he lost all his speed.
He was looking so good.
He was
man.
he was
He's
coming
looking so
because like
good.
he started near the back or a little further back, and again we watched the race and Logan was like, "Oh man, Byron's not up there." And I'm like, "Don't worry, he's coming. Don't worry." And he did, and then spun out.
And then he lost. Then he lost all his thunder.
And then when Jackson, me, the three of us run right together all day, like in the top 5 to 8. And then Reddick pulls out that P1. Busher blows a tire, so he finishes 27th. Logan with Byron in 15th. So sorry, Win.
It's okay.
All right, we're going to Bristol. We're going to be there. What's everybody's picks? Win, you get to go first,
KB.
man.
I'm going with Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch. Okay, I'll take that note real quick. Kyle Busch. That's good. Do you think you really think he can win?
Yeah.
Do you think they've had the speed to win?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, sorry. I just thought I was just wondering. Win and Kyle Busch. Who was next? Logan, you get to pick next.
I'm gonna go.
No, sorry.
Oh,
It was all right. Yeah, you do. Sorry.
okay.
Sorry, I was looking. I realized my story had shifted. I was
You're
looking at the
good.
first one. Logan
I'm gonna go with Larson.
Larson, good pick. Jackson
I'm gonna go with Blaney.
Blaney. Those Penske cars have been so slow. I don't know what's going on with them, but I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I'm just saying I don't know what their deal's been. Let's see here, Jake. I'm going to go with Chris Buescher. I just want
That'd
to
be
see.
awesome.
If Buescher or Keselowski win this race, it'll be crazy. to lock into the next round. What?
I was gonna say I was gonna pick Keselowski again, but you won't let us pick the same driver.
No, not 2 weeks in a row. We picked the same ones enough as it is, but we can't have 2 weeks in a row though. So, but Brad would have been. Brad was probably my second pick.
I wanted to branch out a little bit, and then I was like, no, I need to be safe.
No, you gotta be safe here.
diving,
You know,
yeah.
we're only got 8 races left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8 races this season. Anderson crowned their track championship last
that's right.
week. Like, we're getting to the end of the season.
Yeah.
Are we going to keep doing the podcast in the off season? What are we going to talk about in the off season?
You said, I thought originally you had said no, but
Probably not, but I'm just wondering if we can come up
We
with
can come
enough
up with
stuff.
something.
I don't know. We'll
Bet
think
you we can
about
come
it.
up with something.
here and there,
Tell us in the
maybe.
comments if you're still here. If
We'll
you'd like
start
for us to
watching
keep doing a podcast.
snowmobile racing.
Dude, we
Ooh,
can start.
That would be awesome. What if we just find another weird niche that's not like fully covered here
cool.
in the U.S. We're like we cover V8 supercars and we cover snowmobile racing, and we have a very weird demographic.
That'd be kind
And they all hate us.
of they all hate it.
And they all thought Bathurst was this weekend too.
Oh, Lord.
Funny.
Oh man, no, that's a good one. All right, that was it. Eugene raced up at Lonesome Pine, but everyone kind of got rained out a little. I think they only ran one race. I'm probably going to screw up his numbers, but I'm pretty sure he qualified 7th or 6th and finished 6th, or they might not have got any racing in at all. I don't 100% know. It wasn't
might have
clear
won.
on social media.
Maybe he won.
No, he would have called me if he won. He would have called if he'd won, I think. So I know that those guys are still dealing with some weather. They're going to reschedule that race, I think, in the next week or two. They're going to try and go back and do it. So hopefully it means I can spot it. Not this weekend, I don't think, but next couple weeks after that. So hopefully I can be there to spot that because I'm kind of missing being up in the spotter stand.
Yeah.
I love doing that. It's a lot of fun. So that's going on. I'm trying to think of what's coming up this weekend. Bristol's this weekend. If you guys are in this area and you don't have a ticket, I know there's tickets still there. Go see this race. It's going to be crazy. That's what I'm telling you. With between this playoff picture that you're looking at and the potential that these guys are getting greedy with tires again, there's a pretty good chance this race goes nuts.
Yeah.
And
hope so.
I'm hoping so.
I hope so.
I know I'm really overhyping myself. So I'm trying to keep even keel here, but but go to Bristol if you can. I don't think Tri-County's racing this weekend. Do you know?
No. Nate's going racing at Hickory.
They're racing in Hickory.
Yeah.
So
Renegade.
So,
He's going to take the Renegade.
so Nate's taking the Renegade down to Hickory. So if you guys want to go see some circle track racing, definitely go do that. I think the next Southeast Gassers event isn't for like another month or so. That'll be down in Mississippi in Gulfport.
We're going.
No, we might go to Shadyside, but we're probably not going to Mississippi. That's a long drive for us. Maybe one day. Maybe we can take the Galaxy. You guys want to take the Galaxy on an 8-hour road trip? You don't want to take that bad boy on an 8-hour road trip?
Did it do well, the Galaxy?
We didn't take it.
No,
No, we didn't get it finished.
See, I'm the dumb one. I'll have my head out the window like a dog the whole time, dude. I don't care.
I would have fun with it too.
down
That
for
wouldn't
it.
bother me at all. I mean, we drove that truck for 1,400 miles in 5 days, and so I think it's
Yeah.
that car's a lot more cushy than that truck.
Oh, yeah, I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
All right, guys. It's kind of a short one this week, but that was only the one race, really. So we got to talk about the Southeast Gassers, so we got to see that. That was a lot of fun. Be on the lookout for that video coming out on Friday. It's going to come out in place of our normally, like working on the cars and stuff. That video is going to come out on Friday at 6:30. What else?
The Singapore GP is this weekend.
Okay,
On the 17th.
going to Singapore. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Only thing I have to ask about that. Mm-hmm. I forgot to. Now that you're here, I have everybody's opinion, and I'm about this. Would you really want to see Max win out, or do you want somebody else to win one before the end of the season?
Max win.
I'd like to see someone else win.
Yeah.
I want to see someone else win, but I want to see like the biggest dark horse win. I want to see Oscar Piastri
Yuki.
go up there and win. Yuki's not going to win. Sorry, Yuki, but that's just not going to happen. Now, I've been called myself an idiot twice this podcast, and I'll be happy to call myself an idiot in a later podcast. I do not think Yuki's going to win a race this season.
Alonso or something, that'd be cool.
If he
Alonso
won
would be
after
cool, but I'm
his
telling you,
engine
I want
troubles, man.
Oscar Piastri in his rookie season to take down the God Max
Yeah.
Verstappen and win one. That would be super. I'd come in here dressed in all orange. I would find some orange pants.
Hey, speak your opinion. Don't just shake your head over there, man.
please.
Come on.
Yeah, no, argue it.
Everybody already knows. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Speak your what?
Max wins.
You want Lewis Hamilton
all
to win?
No.
That's what I heard. Yeah,
That's what I heard.
Sir Lewis.
Sir Lewis
Hamilton.
No, Max
He wants him to win out
all
the
of
rest of
them.
the year.
The rest of
Every
the season.
single one.
Every
Single one.
Every race.
Why wouldn't you want to see
why
any
would you
sort
not
of
want to
variety?
see something? Even Perez again. I mean,
Well, I mean, once
Perez
Max
has already
gets-
won a couple
once
this
Max
season.
gets in front, they stop showing him anyway, so you can watch the rest of the race.
Jackson sent me the funniest video yesterday.
tape.
It was like how to make Formula One more exciting, and they just had like a little ribbon,
tape over
and they
top
taped
of it.
over Max's name, and then like had a new like number 2 was number 1, and like a new tower on the screen. So they just taped it onto their TV. I was like, well, that's about right. I say all the time that the mid pack racing's amazing. So
Yeah.
if you could just ignore Max, have like the first, second place. You're like. You have the first one that you just give to Max, and then the other trophy just
Yeah.
says first place / actually second.
Yeah. First loser.
First in our hearts, second on the track.
So if everybody here is just we all pretty much agree Max is going to win more than
There's
I
a
hope
solid
so.
chance.
there's a 90%
Very
chance
good.
going into
I've
this.
said this multiple times this
Anything can
season.
happen. I know. Anything can happen.
They have to have something break.
Yeah.
Have
You
to,
can't
right?
go a full season and not
what I'm
have
saying.
something break on that car.
That's right. That's what I think.
I mean, I know that once he gets to the lead, they probably turn the engine to 80%, and they probably, they set the suspension to where there's minimal, and then they tell him not to hit any curves, blah, 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 all these things. Surely there's a 10-cent piece on that
Right.
car that breaks that causes the throttle to not work, or a sensor that breaks. It's a $10 sensor that goes bad, and they can't just control alt delete and get rid of it.
right.
There has to be something.
Has to.
Has to be.
Doesn't make sense.
And like I said, I'm hoping that Oscar Piastri is sitting there in second place when that happens.
Jake is actively campaigning for the sabotage of Team Red Bull.
Campaigning. It's not that, but I'm just saying, like, the percentage, the statistics, the probability
Yeah.
of a absolutely perfect season is impossible. Nearly,
Yes,
like it would
it
have to
is.
be like 10 million to 1 or something crazy. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's not possible, and if they do it, great. I mean, good on them. But like, man, the chance of it is just slim. I think.
Okay.
Surely something breaks. Surely,
Right?
I think so. I mean, we just said
It's
that Martin
been
was going to make the
perfect.
Final Four, and that guy has 2 terrible races, and he's in
Yeah,
the cutoff.
yeah.
So, like, I don't know.
It'll
What if the
happen
rest of the
quick.
season everything just goes to
That
crap
would
for
be
them?
crazy.
They just
Everything explodes.
everything explodes.
Yeah.
Their engine
McLaren
starts,
wins a race.
know.
AlphaTauri wins a race.
Finally,
I said that.
yeah.
that woke Jackson up
like I
big
said,
time.
at this point, I think you're looking at McLaren. If Max and them don't win it, there's a pretty good chance that McLaren's the ones that do win it. Recently, so anyway, hope
Yeah.
so. I hope so, just for the sake of the racing, because I think Formula One might be kind of on the downturn again here in the U.S. if they don't kind of spice it
Yeah.
up a little here.
Oh, I didn't ask. What's your opinion? I asked Jackson about this. What's y'all's opinion on Audi coming in? Do you think that's going to be? I may have asked that last week. I can't remember, but I know it didn't.
I think
get
we
talked to
talked
you 'cause
about
you
it.
weren't here.
I think we talked about it at the house.
No, I wasn't.
I mean, good. I mean,
it just adds variety.
anything you can add to any manufacturer you can add, teams you can add.
Mm-hmm.
They said, we talked about it earlier before the podcast, that looks like this Andretti Cadillac deal is
yeah.
like
Yeah.
all but done. Looks like they're going to let them come in starting in 26, I think it is, when the new motor regulations happen. Great. I mean, great. Who in the world was arguing that an Andretti, probably if not the one of the most famous racing names in the world,
Yeah.
with the most prestigious brand in the U.S., Cadillac, why would you not want that? You know what I mean? Why would you? I mean, other than money, which is why they were arguing about it. They were worried about adding an 11th team splits the pot up, so there's not as much money to go around to all the teams. Blah 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 blah. It's always money. I know that, but like, why would you not, for the racing sake, want to see that, good or bad, even if they fail or they do well?
Right.
Why not put them in? I mean, everyone was so excited when Haas started a team because it was going to be an American team, and then they're in London, and I mean, they just have an American flag on it, out of name only, basically. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the plan is for Andretti. He wants to do it out of the U.S. Like, he wants to build the team. Is my understanding. That's what I read about it. He's going to do it fully out of the U.S. Great, perfect, do it. That's what I say. That's what I say.
Yeah, because the reason I was asking about this, for some reason, the internet's either not caring about it at all, like any of the new additions, Audi, Cadillac, whatever. They're either not caring about it at all, It's just, it's another team. Mm-hmm. Or people are freaking out because they're going to come in, take F1 by storm, and they're going to have podium after podium after podium. And
No, they're not.
I don't see how that's going to be. I don't see how that's a thing people are worried about with the way things are looking right now.
I don't think so. Unless they hire the right people and they just get lucky. I mean, not lucky, but like they just hit the regulations perfectly. I don't see that happening. But part of that is because you're 2 to 3 years out from any of this. Yeah. And so I think as it gets closer, the conversation gets more.
Because didn't Audi already sign a driver?
I don't know. I haven't heard that. I don't know. I thought
I saw that.
I don't know. Maybe we'll look at it.
That, yeah.
We'll look at it. I don't know. So yeah. So there's a lot of stuff coming in the next couple of years for Formula One. So let's see. I'd love to go to a Formula One race.
Man,
can we go to a Formula One race one day? I want to go really bad. Yeah,
we'll do it.
Let's do it. Do it this year.
Shift Points takes on Spa.
Shift Points goes to Austin is our best case.
Yeah, that's much more realistic.
That's pretty much our most realistic case.
Oh, we don't want to shoot for the stars?
I mean, we can shoot for the stars, but I'm just telling you, if we end up in Austin, I'll still be pretty happy.
Oh, hold up. What's up?
The same rich Australian guy's going to send us to Bathurst.
He's going to send us to Spa.
No, we need a rich Belgian guy.
Belgium guy. Okay. All right, cool. I mean,
the chances of us getting 2 rich guys to sponsor us much lower, but sure.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Balls in your.
All right, you guys happy?
Yeah, doing good.
Yeah,
right,
man.
Yeah.
Good. All right, we'll wrap it up then. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you've subscribed to the channel, that would be awesome. And if you haven't, you should. You should do that. I'm just saying you should probably do that.
Please.
Please do. If you enjoy this podcast and if you have made it this far into the 53-ish minutes that we've been doing this,
wow.
We appreciate it very much. Thanks for joining us. We're just guys. We're not experts in anything, but we sure enjoy talking about this stuff, and we have a lot of fun with it, and I hope that everybody that listens has a lot of fun, too.
Half the time, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm having a great time.
That's all of us. So join in. Any questions that you guys have or something that comes up, or if you think that I'm an idiot because I didn't know that Bathurst was a month away, or that I'm an idiot that Martin's not going to make it into the next round and all this stuff, put that in the comments. Just put it in there and tell me that. That's fine. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I'll talk to you in the comments. I talk about it all the time. Any comment that you put in that you get a reply to, I was the one that typed that reply. So,
That's cool.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing about what we do. So anyway, if you haven't followed us on social media, do that. You would have heard about Southeast Gassers and all that stuff a lot earlier if you had been following us on social media. So definitely do that and check out and go to a race. I don't care what it is. Circle track, dirt track, drag race, whatever. Go to a race because you're going to enjoy it, and just do it and then come back and listen to us talk about it. See you next week.